Hello and welcome to the Be Heard, Be Brave, Be Free channel, where the focus is on self-development and creating a tribe and community where we are encouraging, empowering and supporting each other through this life experience. Today it's all about tools and techniques, and I felt inspired to create this video which is about my beliefs that aligns with my core values, and it's around do you believe that you are the co-creator of your reality? I truly believe I am, and I believe we all are. But some of us are aware of it and others are not. And as a result, we go through this human experience potentially in a perpetual state of pain and suffering, trying to seek pleasure and avoid the pain and suffering, but at times feeling stuck or just in this constant kind of turmoil and discomfort. And I've had a few kind of conversations over the past week or so that have inspired me to cover this topic and share what my beliefs are, which aligns to my core values, which was an exercise that I had done last week, and it was covered in the Wednesday tools and techniques video about what the kind of top 5 were. Now, what I truly believe is that we're spiritual beings choosing to have this human life experience, and we are connected to a higher power, whether you believe through religion to a god or whatever your faith may be in, or from a spiritual perspective, source, universe, divine, higher self, whatever you want to call it. I truly believe that we are connected. So before we come into this human body, we actually are spirits. Then we come into this body and live this lifetime. And then when we leave this body, the spirit exits the body, we then merge back into the source collective. Whether it's consciousness or not, I can't genuinely, I don't know, but I've got this faith and this belief that that is what we are all part of one. And the one thing that happens is that when we choose to come into this life experience, we take on this human form, whether it's an avatar, whatever you want to call it. But this physical body has got the physical aspects, it's got the mental, and it's also got the emotional, whether it is from a heart love based perspective or from a gut intuition perspective. And one job that we've got in this human experience is to take care of this body in its physical, emotional and mental aspects. And in doing so, this experience is all about learning. So for those of you that thought that you go to school and then at the age of 16, 17, 18, or if you then go on to further education a bit older, that once you finish the kind of education system, that is the learning over and done. Sorry to burst the bubble, but that is not the case. As you will have figured out by now, no matter what your kind of age is, that life throws you challenges and obstacles, and in order for you to overcome those, then you need to learn. And by learning, you either learn lessons or you experience situations which it require you to gain new skills, new traits, new insight, new understanding, in order for you to be able to be resourceful enough and resilient enough and strong enough to be able to overcome the obstacle or challenge that you're being faced with. Now, what I also believe very strongly is that we've all got desires and wants, but we've got needs. And what this life human experience is going to give us, it's going to meet our needs, or it's going to flag up when our needs aren't being met. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get everything that we want. So for instance, you might have wanted to gain an extra bumper bonus in your bank account today. Instead, you came across this video. You may have wanted to meet your soulmate, yet you're coming across this video. So maybe there is some kind of messages within here that is what you really need, as opposed to what you really want, which is you want the money, you want the soulmate. But having said that, I'm going to be doing some 7-day challenges, and the one starting next Monday is going to be about changing your relationship with money, the mindset around money, to remove any blocks that you may have. And then the 7-day challenge in October is going to be about you connecting to your self-worth and self-esteem and boosting those to make sure that you love yourself fiercely and unconditionally. And once you feel totally in love with yourself, because that is really this human life experience, is for you to remember that you are perfect and that you are love in human form, and you need to be kind and compassionate to yourself always. Once you know all those things about yourself and you truly believe them and live them, then you will attract the right person into your life, which may be your twin flame or soulmate or whatever that may be. But until that time happens, you will meet people and you will be in relationships and you'll be interacting with them, but you will be constantly learning lessons and being challenged, and obstacles will come your way. So maybe that is the reason why you've come across this video if you are a new viewer. So welcome if you are. And then in terms of another thing that gets mentioned in the kind of self-development space is it's not selfish for you to focus on you and your needs. It is vitally important that you fill your cup, you recharge your batteries, you put the oxygen mask on your face first, because unless you are full and complete in terms of energy and capacity to deal with everything that life is bringing your way, then you're not able to give to others and at the same time feel that you're functioning at your optimal. And this is where a lot of times people want to people please, they want to overgive, they want to focus on other people rather than on themselves, because it's either a conditioned behaviour and pattern, because that is what they needed to do to survive in their childhood, and then that is just continued into adulthood, or it might actually be that it's too painful to actually look inwards and deal with the issues and challenges that you are personally facing, and it's much easier to gain external gratification and validation by trying to help other people. But boundaries and knowing when to sort of step back and let other people figure out their challenges, that is vitally important. But you can only do that if your cup is totally full and you're respecting the fact that we're all on our individual life experiences and journeys, and we've chosen what challenges and obstacles we want to overcome in order for us to learn, grow and improve. So then when we go back into the kind of spirit space wherever we reside, we can actually share those experiences, and whether that is karma or whether it is some other kind of term that, but in the kind of metaphysical kind of world, there might be terminology that I'm not familiar with, but this is where it's about learning, growing, experiencing, but it's being present, it's being here and now. It's about not rushing the journey, it's about enjoying the journey, about seeing the journey as an opportunity to have joy, have contentment, have fulfillment, have purpose in life, rather than it being you need to be always doing, always achieving, always rushing ahead to get to the next goal, to get to the next outcome. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the money in the world, you can have all the people in your life, and you can still feel that you're the poorest and the saddest person that there is. And it's about making sure that we're filling that cup so we can actually overflow with kindness, love, compassion to ourselves and to others. And then we can actually impact each other in a more kind of positive and empowering and encouraging way. Now, the one thing within the kind of coaching space is all about, we as human beings, as spirits, we have got all the resources and all the answers within ourselves. It is about the coach being able to show you any blind spots, show things from a different perspective, ask the right challenging questions to make you question the beliefs, the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions that you're actually taking. Because for a lot of us, the actions that we take are contradicting what we say, we think, and we feel. And it's about bringing alignment, because it is vitally important that the language that we're using is actually empowering us to take the action that we want. And this is where sometimes what we say and what we do are not in alignment. We're not walking our talk. And this is what I'm trying to do through this channel, demonstrate to myself first and foremost, and then to everyone that's watching or comes across this video at any point in time in the future, that it's all about living and breathing what I'm actually teaching, what I'm actually sharing. Because I have travelled the road that has been the rockiest one. I have taken the long detour in a lot of situations where I could have gone the smoother straight line, but would I have learned as much? Would I have experienced as much? Would I have impacted people as much? Probably not if I had gone in the straighter line. But having said that, there are certain times where the pain and suffering is so intense that you don't want to prolong that. You want to reduce that as much as possible. And this is where the coaching and the hypnotherapy and other forms of therapy and relaxation, meditation, spiritual guidance, all of those aspects are actually enabling you to be more mindful, to be more present, to be able to enjoy the here and now. Because as they sort of like refer to in metaphysics, is that time is a human construct. Like your past and your present and your future are all happening simultaneously, but we're only aware of the here and now. But where we're actually constantly focusing on the pain of the past and we're always seeking happiness and joy in the future, we're never fulfilled in the now. And in order for us to find inner peace, freedom, and inner harmony, balance within our life, we need to be present. We need to embrace all the opportunities and obstacles and challenges that come our way in order for us to see the growth, to see the progress, and to demonstrate to people around us that we are strong, we are resilient, we are capable of handling the challenges that we are being faced with. And sometimes life might feel fairly cruel, because there might just be so much compounding effect that you feel that you're carrying on your shoulders the weight of the world, because your entire life you never had your needs met as a child, and then as an adult you've just, that self-worth is being picked away until there is nothing there. You focus on helping other people to get that external validation, and then you wake up one morning and you just feel empty, and you feel that your batteries, your energy and everything is totally depleted, and you don't particularly like yourself, or you don't like your life circumstances, and you feel stuck and unable to sort of like know where to go or what you want. And this is where in the past I've sort of like ran away from being in that discomfort. I found binge eating, binge drinking, binge watching TV, going away traveling as my kind of escape to try and numb and avoid facing the harsh truths that all that suffering was a construct in my brain. It was the beliefs that I created, or the beliefs that I sort of like took on from caregivers, family units, communities, education, the kind of religious background, upbringing, and the cultural kind of differences in different countries that I've sort of lived on. And as a result, they've sort of like just layer upon layer upon layer made me sort of feel that I was carrying the world like on my shoulders, when in actual fact it was all happening in here. And the moment I started chipping away and letting go of those unhelpful beliefs and reconnecting with the true essence of my spirit that's choosing to have this human experience, I am looking back on experiences in my life with no regret, because I know I was doing the best that I could do under the circumstances, but at the same time there was valuable lessons that I was learning along the way. I was able, through my actions, in some instances, without even being aware of, impacting people's lives and giving people a different kind of perspective, or enabling people to sort of like see the mirror of, oh, if Tanya can go ahead and change, and if she can do something, then I've got it within me to actually do it as well. And that's what I'm hoping through this channel I'm able to share with you. And then the kind of final bit is about the fact that no one's coming to your rescue. You start off as a spiritual being and you have this human experience. You come into this human experience with some other souls, some other spirits that are there to teach you and help you learn the lessons that you've chosen to learn this time round. But it's not for anyone else to fix or resolve any of your challenges or issues. Yes, you can seek support and you can seek guidance, but ultimately it's you that needs to make the decisions. It's you that needs to make the choices. You are the one that needs to decide that what you're doing at this moment in time is either serving you or not serving you. And if it's not serving you, then it's about figuring out what do you need to make change-wise in order for you to figure out solutions, coping strategies, coping mechanisms that are going to enable you to take the actions that you need to take in order to get yourself unstuck, to stop the pain and suffering, for you to appreciate and be grateful for the life experiences that you are having right now. And this is something that I went through my separation and ultimately my divorce 3 years ago. That was me doing the kind of transition of separation, and it's just over a year that I've been divorced. And the one constant that I was saying throughout that 3-year period was, what is the lesson that I'm meant to learn? Because there was a lot of pain and suffering for me, but I knew there was a massive learning opportunity for me, and it made me look inside me and realize that I didn't love myself at that time. My self-worth and self-esteem were virtually at ground zero, if not on a negative. I was self-sabotaging myself in every aspect of my life, and it was all my doing. I had built up this kind of beliefs and expectations in my head that I needed to be everything to everyone. I needed to provide for everyone, when in actual fact, all I needed to do was take care of me, fill my cup, recharge my batteries, put my oxygen mask on first. And it took a while for me to sort of get the lessons and come to realize that no, I am my biggest cheerleader now. I am the one that's whoop whoop Tanya, go for you, setting up a YouTube channel, launching an online business, pivoting your career from being a secure, lucrative financial services market, and then sort of pivoting to do this, because that is what my heart is singing and rejoicing for, because I want to constantly be learning, evolving, growing, but not just impacting my life, help impact your lives and my clients' lives and future clients' lives. That is the kind of sort of joy. The reason why I'm sharing this is that no one's coming to our rescue. It is up to us to make the changes. So if you're ready to make the changes, go back and maybe watch some of my earlier content within YouTube, or if you want to know a little bit more about my business, check out my website. All the information is in the description below. If there is a topic or if there is a challenge that you are facing right now that you want me to maybe do a video about, please put it in the comments below, and I am more than happy and willing to share and provide any value that I possibly can. I'm going to bring it to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully there was something in this video that was of value, provided you a bit of insight on your journey. And until the next one, go out and seize the day. Have the most amazing day. And remember, there's always choices in life, so choose wisely. Bye until the next one.